Welcome, everyone. It is an honor to start with acknowledging the Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, Musqueam, and Coquitlam peoples on whose traditional territory we are so privileged to gather this bright and sunny morning. I would like to invite Ms. John V. Indatisna, an undergraduate student in the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences and a member of the SFU choir. She will lead us in singing O Canada. John V.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Well done. Thank you.
Please be seated. I declare the Convocation for Fall 2019 assembled for the granting of degrees. Mr. President, members of the Board of Governors and Senate, faculty, honoured guests, graduates and friends, I am Anne Giardini, the Chancellor of Simon Fraser University, and we are delighted and honoured to have you join us for Convocation. In attendance today are a number of distinguished guests in the audience and on the platform, including members of Senate, Vice Presidents, Deans, and faculty members. I would like to acknowledge Dr. Mary Catherine Krapinski, member of SFU's Board of Governors, LORNE TROTTIER, who will be conferred an honorary Doctorate of Science this morning, and our SFU alumni, legacy, parents, and family. Welcome all. And thank you for your patience with the construction that you can see going on all around us on campus. We have several exciting projects underway. Throughout the main corridor on campus, east to west, is the main plaza renewal project, which will improve accessibility and create more gathering spaces for all of us as we renew and restore some of our aging infrastructure. And behind the platform is the SFU Student Society's new Student Union building, which will be opened next year, and it is entirely devoted to students with lounges, study areas, meeting rooms, and recreational facilities. If you would like a sneak peek, don't tell anybody, it's our little secret. The building is open between noon and 2 today, so you can have a look at what lies ahead. It is a great honor that you are all here to participate in or bear witness to this Simon Fraser University's most important ceremony. This is the moment. This is the time. This is the hour. We gather now as a collective of scholars and friends to celebrate achievement, recognize success, and confer well-earned honors. Graduates, this is your day, and I, along with many others, could not be prouder. Your university education provides you with a well-stocked mind, but your education does more than that. It makes us all wiser. You are today confirmed to be a contributor to the grand enterprise of building on our collective human knowledge. Your SFU mind makes you more effective as a person, as a worker, and as a citizen of and participant in the many communities you will serve, from your household to your neighborhood to your country and beyond. Learning, of course, does not stop here. Tomorrow and every day after that will provide you with opportunities to take in new facts, analyze new information, and bring to bear your own unique ideas. While information will fly at you faster than ever before, your SFU mind will help you sort and filter what you see and hear and discern what is reliable and what might be useful. As anyone who has ever faced a midterm knows, it's one thing to have learned something, it is another thing altogether to remember it. We have to some extent all outsourced the important attribute of memory. Our little devices remember information for us, or so we like to think. I would like to encourage you to fight back a little at our reliance on our computers and phones, and to continue working on building a memory of your own. The Portuguese playwright and actor Tiago Rodrigues wrote and produces around the world a play called By Heart, in the course of which he teaches Shakespeare's Sonnet 30 to 10 volunteers drawn from the audience. The idea for By Heart came to Rodrigues from something said by the critic and philosopher George Steiner. He said this: "Once 10 people know a poem by heart, there is nothing the KGB, the CIA, or the Gestapo can do about it. It will survive." And so, to ensure that, whatever else may happen, Shakespeare's Sonnet 30 will live on, Rodrigues travels the world's stages, teaching volunteers to commit Sonnet 30 to memory. It is a stunning poem, one that speaks forcefully and subtly of the immense transformative power of memory and of connections. It's the one that begins when, to the sessions of sweet silent thought, I summon up remembrance of things past. Why Sonnet 30? Rodrigues' inspiration came from the gathering of the Soviet Writers' Congress in 1937. Russia was then in the middle of a great purge, during which Soviet dictator Joseph Stalin sought to eliminate all dissent by executing and exiling people in the millions, including writers. The great Russian author Boris Pasternak had been invited to speak at the Congress. He was warned, however, if you speak, they will arrest you. If you don't speak, they will arrest you. After 3 days of the most careful speeches possible by others present at the Congress, speeches that said little to nothing and that offended and inspired no one, Pasternak was reported to have risen and said simply out loud 2 words, Sonnet 30, which he himself had translated into Russian. His audience knew the sonnet too. In their hundreds, the writers rose and recited by heart, along with him, the Pasternak translation. The group was, for a moment, as one against Stalin's forces, and it is reported something remarkable happened. Pasternak was not arrested. Stalin's henchmen were confounded, and the gathered authors' need for hope, for something beautiful and enduring to cling to, was met. Rodrigues' play By Heart is about the importance of memory, of ensuring words and ideas are held fast in the safe hiding places of our brains and our beings, where no one can take them from us. Notwithstanding that, as the writer Corey Taylor has said, it is in the nature of memory that different people will remember different things, and that none of what they remember will be verifiable or true. Memories are critical to who we are and who we become. We are not so much the sum of our experiences as of our memories, and we should therefore maximize the quality of our future memories, memories such as the ones that you have built up during your time here at SFU. In some ways, this is why I don't entirely fault the tourists that we all see at museums and galleries and historic places who photograph instead of seeing. They understand, perhaps, that the experience is fleeting while the captured memory can be very long indeed. And this is why I recommend building up your powers of memory by memorizing whatever suits you best. For me, this is poetry, because memorizing poetry is delightful, relatively easy, and it impresses the heck out of people. It worked for Pasternak. Sonnet 30 said to the other writers, to Stalin's agents, to the world and to history, you can't touch us. You can't destroy Shakespeare. You can't destroy the Russian language. You can't destroy the fact that we know by heart what Pasternak has given us. Sonnet 30 ends with an apt couplet for today. But if the while I think on thee, dear friend, all losses are restored and sorrows end. So I ask that you please remember this. Stay in touch with those of us who remain here at SFU while you go out to do memorable things and build onto our collective memory. We are so very proud of you, and we are grateful, we are changed, and we are improved by this brief time that we have had together. Thank you. I now call upon the President of our university, Andrew Petter.
Madam Chancellor, honored guests, members of the Board of Governors and Senate, faculty members, staff, and most especially, graduates, family, and friends. It is my privilege to preside at this culminating celebration of your education at Simon Fraser University. As this ceremony unfolds, our message to you is clear. As each of you receives your degree, I and the entire university community want you to know just how proud we are of you. We've seen your work, we've admired your performance. Your degrees are not merely documents of accreditation, they are living testament to the faith we have in your ability to flourish in a dynamic world. They're also a reflection of the institution you chose, one whose vision it is to be Canada's engaged university. That focus on engagement has provided you an enriched and relevant educational environment, one that has not only equipped you with disciplinary knowledge and critical thinking abilities, but has also enabled you to gain workplace experience, community insight, and global awareness. These are the aptitudes required to climb your first mountain. Now, I'm not talking here about Burnaby Mountain, another peak you've no doubt learned to scale as part of your SFU education. I'm referring to the first mountain as described by New York Times columnist David Brooks. Brooks is the author of a new book entitled The Second Mountain, The Quest for a Moral Life. Having established himself as a celebrated writer and popular media commentator, Brooks reached the pinnacle of the first mountain, which he describes as the place you go to pursue material gain, to seek public recognition, and if all goes well, to find happiness. But SFU's vision and my ambition for you is directed to much more than the individual success associated with accumulating wealth, gaining social standing, and pursuing a profitable career. My hope, and that of this university, is that your SFU education will also prepare you to scale what David Brooks calls the second mountain, the place you go to contribute to the well-being of others. In Brooks's words, the second mountain is where you are driven by the desires of your heart and your soul, not by the demands of your ego. Success on the second mountain is about collective welfare rather than individual gain. In a variation on the theme of engagement, Brooks says this second quest is about interdependence rather than independence. It involves attending to the needs both of individuals and of the community. And here's the wonderful thing. The second mountain is where you attain what Brooks calls joy, a state more rewarding and resilient than mere happiness. Now, I recently heard Brooks interviewed about the book and about his own personal journey, and I was immediately drawn to his vision of a second mountain because it resonates so strongly with my own experience and with what this university is all about. A belief that the true measure of our success as human beings is not how much better we make life for ourselves, but how much we make it better for others. Like Brooks, I recommend to you the rewards that come from building a better world. They far exceed those that accompany personal ambition and self-aggrandizement. Individual accomplishments can be gratifying, but the sense of efficacy, of attainment that you can gain from helping others and enriching communities delivers much greater satisfaction and fulfillment. So here, today, I hope you revel in your achievements to date. As you stand on this mountain, you have every right to bask in the happiness that you have earned and share that delight with colleagues, friends, and family. Bravo for having made it this far up your first mountain. It is a critical foundation for what lies ahead. But when the excitement of today's festivities begins to wane, I commend to you that second mountain. There's joy aplenty to be found there in a world that is so desperately in need of your commitment, your energy, and your leadership. And whatever mountains you confront, you can take comfort in the knowledge that you needn't make that climb alone. The relationships you've formed here with friends and colleagues, with faculty and mentors, will serve you better than any single lesson. Today, you take your place amongst a global network of over 160,000 SFU alumni in more than 140 countries around the world, supported by an association that is there to assist and connect you. And while this phase of your education may be complete, continued success in this ever-changing and challenging world will depend upon your commitment to lifelong learning. And in that regard, SFU will always be here for you when you need help. So for now, this is your time. Enjoy it and use it wisely. Share it generously with those you love and just as generously with those who don't have your advantages, knowing that it is on the second mountain that you will make your greatest contributions and find your greatest joy. Congratulations to you all.
SFU's honorary degree is the highest honor conferred by the university. Honorary degrees are awarded to distinguished individuals in recognition of their scholarly, scientific, or artistic achievement, or in recognition of exceptional contribution to the public good through professional or philanthropic activity. Honorary degree recipients' achievements celebrate our university's values and serve as an inspiration and role model to our students, our graduates, and our communities. The honorary degree will now be conferred. To present the honorary degree candidate, LORNE TROTTIER, I am pleased to welcome Dr. Howard TROTTIER. Dr. Howard TROTTIER is Professor Emeritus of Physics and has been at SFU since 1993. Recognized with notable awards for teaching and community engagement, Dr. TROTTIER is also known as Mr. Starry Nights at SFU, drawing thousands of people every year to experience the beauty and mystery of the universe at the TROTTIER Observatory and Science Plaza, not far behind the platform. Dr. TROTTIER.
For sure. Madam Chancellor, it is with tremendous pride that I present Dr. LORNE Maurice TROTTIER, electronics engineer, entrepreneur, philanthropist, climate change advocate, uber science geek, and my brother. When SFU announced that it would bestow an honorary doctorate on my brother, all I could think was, please, please let me introduce him. What an opportunity. As the youngest of four brothers, I would get to praise the eldest. And here we are. On the one hand, LORNE has an extraordinary mind. If you know Star Trek, think Mr. Spock. Staggering intellect, relentless logic, boundless curiosity, and an encyclopedic knowledge of science and technology. On the other hand, my brother has a very atypical emotional range for an uber science geek. He has a unique sense of humor, and he's known to engage Nobel Prize winners and family members alike with entertaining anecdotes and clever word plays, punctuated by his signature uproarious laughter. LORNE has a multitude of personal interests, including an obsession with chasing total eclipses of the sun across the globe and taking the extended family along for the ride. Our next stop, Chile in December 2020. And he is a caring brother, a devoted husband and father, and a doting grandfather. So now, about that honorary PhD. LORNE has contributed to society in many far-reaching ways, and with time, he only works harder and goes farther. His company and life's work, Matrox Electronic Systems in Montreal, is a world-class innovator in computer graphics, machine vision, digital video software and hardware, and it currently employs about 600 people at their head office. The Trottier Family Foundation, founded by Lorne and his wife Louise, who's here with us today, does philanthropy on an astounding scale, $120 million so far. And they do this with a penetrating sense of purpose. It might not surprise you that the foundation provides support to hospitals and other social service agencies, but the foundation's two primary missions are driven by Lorne's deeply held concerns for the future of humanity and the precious and fragile planet that we inhabit. The foundation is a leading supporter of scientific research and public science education. For as Lorne would put it, there is no future for humanity without science and evidence-based reasoning. One example, as Chancellor Giorgini mentioned, is the Trottier Observatory. Behind us, Lorne is the Trottier in the Trottier Observatory and Science Courtyard. But the foundation is, above all else, an influential and innovative force in the momentous fight against climate change. And this is a movement to which my brother devotes a considerable amount of his personal time and energies. The foundation partners with major organizations such as the David Suzuki Foundation and the C40 Network, which is a group of the world's largest cities devoted to mitigating climate change. And the foundation played a lead role in establishing the new Montreal Climate Centre, which will work to advocate low-carbon solutions for the Montreal region. On top of all of that, Lorne is an advisor to Canada's Eco-Fiscal Commission. He's the vice president of the U.S. National Centre for Science Education, and he served on Canada's Space Advisory Board. His many honors include Quebec's Prix Lionel Boulet, which recognizes leadership in science and technology. He's been appointed to the Order of Canada, and he has 5 honorary PhDs, not counting today. So I often tell my brother, bro, I have no clue how you do it all. Madam Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate of this university, I ask that you now confer on my esteemed brother, Dr. Lorne Maurice Trottier, the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa. Thank you.
Ready? Lorne Trottier, by virtue of the authority vested in me and in the Senate of this university, I hereby admit you to the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa. Lorne Trottier will be hooded by Dr. Jonathan Driver, Vice President Academic and Provost Pro Tem, and Ms. Catherine Verkerk, Associate Registrar.
Beautifully done. Congratulations, Lorne. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It is with great pleasure that I now call on Dr. Lorne Trottier for his convocation address. Dr. Trottier.
Okay, hope everybody can hear me okay. Chancellor Giordani, President Petter, members of the Platform Party, graduating students, and your families. It is both an honor and a pleasure for me to be here today. I'd like to thank Simon Fraser University for bestowing on me the degree of honorary doctorate. I'd also like to thank my brother Howard, who, known as you heard of as Mr. Starry Nights, and who's jointly responsible for this Trottier Symposium, for those very warm remarks. We were wondering how I should dress today because it was supposed to be a little cool, but I decided that my brother was going to give me a little roasting here, so my temperature is fine. And of course, I'd also like to thank my wife, Louise, who's been a constant source of support through all these years. But I'm really here today to extend my congratulations to the graduating class of 2019, who will soon be awarded their degrees. I understand that I'm the last speaker standing between you and your degrees, and I won't keep you waiting long. Even though it's been nearly 50 years, it'll be 50 years next year since I graduated, I still have vivid memories and occasional nightmares of the stress and intense work of earning an engineering degree. It was perhaps the most grueling mental marathon I've ever been through. But it was also a great preparation for the challenges of keeping up with the fast-paced world of technological change. I consider myself to be a lucky beneficiary of the great electronics-based technological revolution of the 20th century. This is an industry that has consistently produced compounded exponential growth and performance over a period of more than half a century. Bell Laboratories announced the invention of the transistor in 1948, which happens to be the year that I was born. Now, since the mid-1960s, the so-called Moore's Law, named after Gordon Moore, one of the co-founders of Intel, has been doubling the number of transistors and the performance of digital electronics every couple of years, while keeping cost about constant. To survive and prosper in such a rapidly evolving industry, my company Matrox has had to reinvent itself multiple times over our 43-year history. Now, we've achieved success by continuously identifying new niche market opportunities as older product categories have come and gone. But succeeding in this environment has required a combination of continuous learning, something as university graduates you'll need to keep doing the rest of your lives, combined with creative innovation. The unprecedented technological tidal wave unleashed by this technological revolution has created a host of wondrous devices that have completely transformed the way we live, work, and are entertained. It has created vast new global industries while fundamentally changing and even destroying others. Saying in capitalism is that it's creative destruction, and the electronics industry is a prime example of that. But beyond electronics and information technology, great new challenges await the graduating class of 2019. The phenomenon of exponential growth that has characterized my industry has also occurred in many other areas of human activity. We know that some of these advances have resulted in vast improvements in human welfare. This improvement is seen in virtually every measure of well-being, such as income, life expectancy, education, health, as well as a dramatic worldwide reduction in extreme poverty, as reported by the United Nations. However, it is also true that this progress, and in fact, the future of humanity itself, is now threatened by a global crisis unlike any other: climate change. The science is clear. We have 11 years to cut global emissions by more than half if we are to minimize the risk of a global environmental catastrophe. And I know that many of you are deeply worried about this issue, as am I. But at heart, I'm a technological optimist. I believe that human ingenuity can and is finding solutions to the daunting challenges of ensuring a healthy planet and a prosperous global economy in which all people have a high standard of living. However, we must recognize that we have a limited amount of time to act, and in order to avoid these consequences, we need to act. I'm proud that my family foundation has prioritized the fight against climate change, and that me and my immediate family participated in the recent 500,000-person climate march in Montreal a couple of weeks ago. It was a historic and inspirational event. The world needs a profound new industrial revolution that will redesign our economy and our communities to operate on the principle of sustainability. In addition to mass marches and mobilization, this new industrial revolution also needs the right economic policies in order to come about. Virtually every economist agrees that putting a price on carbon is the essential and most efficient policy to stimulate the needed innovation to develop and deploy clean solutions. Of course, additional complementary policies, such as investments in R&D, performance standards, and other types of regulations, are also necessary to confront this challenge. Just as life in the industrialized world has totally changed from the 19th to the 20th century, so it is likely to continue changing in the 21st. As representatives of the next generation of technological and business leaders, many of you will have the challenge and opportunity of driving these changes. As responsible citizens, we all have a role in building a sustainable future. And part of that responsibility is to ensure that the right incentives and policies are in place to drive solutions and to ensure equity for all people in these solutions. And with an election just around the corner, I would be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to remind you that you should all vote, and to vote with climate change in front of mind. This is the major issue of our time, I believe. Irrespective of the outcome, let us continue working together to act and find solutions that will reduce emissions at the speed and scale required to ensure a just and sustainable future for all. I wish you all tremendous success in the new technological revolutions that will continue to unfold in the years and decades ahead. It is bound to be an exciting ride. Congratulations to you and your families, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. Trottier. As part of Convocation, the Alumni Association will present a Simon Fraser University alumni pin to the graduates as they leave the stage. Our alumni are incredibly important to us, and we're pleased that this symbolic presentation will launch you on your new role as alumni of SFU. Mr. Brandon Chapman received a Bachelor of Business Administration in 2016. He is currently the treasurer of the SFU Alumni Association Board of Directors. I invite Mr. Chapman to the lectern to bring greetings to the graduands. Brandon?
Thank you, President Petter. Good morning, graduands. What a beautiful day to celebrate your success. Today, your relationship with SFU evolves as you officially become members, lifetime members, of a worldwide network of more than 160,000 alumni in more than 140 countries. Our Alumni Association celebrated the 50th anniversary this year. Our goal is to provide you with opportunities to learn, grow, and thrive through local, national, and international events. We also have career resources, library services, and many other benefits. As an alumni, you'll now serve as ambassadors for SFU in your community. Through your journey, you'll inspire current and future students to learn, to strive for excellence, and to make their mark in society. Consider coaching a case competition. Any JDC West alumni in the house? None? Oh, we got a couple. Hire a co-op, mentor our future alumni. I really encourage you to please stay connected with us through social media by signing up for our email forwarding service. We really want to hear from you and have a chance to celebrate your future successes. Our alumni community continues to grow stronger together with your help. And as you cross the stage today, it'll be my pleasure to present you with an alumni pin that you can wear as a symbol of your incredible connection and success here at SFU. So be proud of your accomplishments, be proud of your SFU credentials. Thank you for investing your time and talents into this great university. Congrats and welcome to the Alumni Association.
Thank you, Brandon. Before the graduands are presented individually to the Chancellor, Iman Baharmand, a member of the graduating class, will address Convocation. Iman is graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences and a minor in Anthropology. He founded and led the SFU Blood Organ and Stem Cell Club, successfully organizing the first blood donation event at SFU's Burnaby campus. He's the recipient of several awards to study disease-carrying insects in the Lowenberger lab. And in 2017, Iman and two colleagues won first place in the prestigious international competition, the Oxford Global Challenge, for their research on medical waste management. He's currently working in the Mangas lab located in the BC Centre for Disease Control and plans on pursuing medical or graduate studies in the future. It's now my great pleasure to call upon Iman Baharmand for his graduate address. Iman?
To the Coast Salish people on whose unceded territories we are gathered today, thank you. Mr. President, Madam Chancellor, professors, instructors, supervisors, custodians, IT services, food and catering, university staff, thank you. Family members, both biological and not, parents present in flesh and in spirit, friends, lifelong or newly connected partners, romantic or platonic, thank you. Divine creator or creators, invisible forces, evolutionary mechanisms, subatomic particles, ancestors, distant and not so distant, thank you. And of course, fellow graduates of all academic levels from the Faculty of Science and the Beedie School of Business, good morning and congratulations. A reason to celebrate, an accomplishment that took more than anyone will ever know and more than we thought we knew when we first enrolled. This is victory. For the next few minutes, I'd like to talk about one thing and one thing only, the importance of proximity. What is proximity? Proximity is the 145 down the mountain when SFU announces a snow day. Proximity is the hallway near C9001 at exactly 10:22 a.m., not a minute before, not a minute after. Proximity is the case comp family or the lab family. Proximity is getting physically, emotionally, or spiritually close. It's listening, talking, empathizing, understanding. When you get proximate, you get uncomfortable. You get uncomfortable and you notice practices, policies, and systems that are dated, inefficient, or discriminatory. I'm obsessed with the importance of proximity because I've seen the difference it makes. I'm grateful to be introduced to the world of scientific research by Dr. Lowenberger at a point where I had essentially no molecular biology experience. The Lowenberger lab, as you just heard, studies insects that transmit disease-causing organisms. I loved the work, and I still do, and I was excited to participate in any capacity. But the more time that passed, the more and more I began questioning my purpose for the work. Questions like, is what I'm doing even important, would come up repeatedly in my head. I had grown too distant. I had lost proximity. And then one day, out of the complete blue, I get this call from my dad. And he says, Iman, I met someone in the park that I think you'd like to talk to. He hands the phone over, and a voice says, I hear you researched the mosquitoes that transmit dengue virus. It turns out that on the other end of the phone was a person who, upon traveling to his home country, had been infected with dengue virus, had come down with serious life-threatening symptoms, nearly died, and only through intense medical intervention was able to survive, although with a lower quality of life. We chatted for 40 minutes, and towards the end of the conversation, he said to me, Don't ever forget how important scientific research like yours is. That's the power of proximity. It provides purpose. It provides motivation. It is not only beneficial, but necessary for connecting to the world, to others, and to ourselves. In fact, I'm up here because of numerous individuals who got proximate to my life and my problems. In elementary school, I could hardly spell my own first name in English. I struggled to understand this new language, and I was slowly becoming detached from the rest of my class. My teacher observed this. She observed and she got proximate. She noticed that I was getting every single word wrong on the spelling tests. She realized that the tests were a barrier and not a tool in my education. And so what she did was simple yet genius. Anytime from then on, when we had spelling tests, she would make one tailored to my level of English. Just like that, I began learning the words. I started being engaged in the lessons. When you get proximate, you experience things at the level needed to solve problems. You hear, you see, you understand the complexities and the nuances. The idea of getting proximate relates as much to science as it does to business, no matter if you care about profit, people, or both. And yes, it's important to never give up, and it's important to work hard. That is what you should do. But the how you should do it is by getting proximate to people, problems, and things that you care deeply about. I'll go as far as saying, if you get proximate, you will succeed. But what is success? According to R.W. Emerson, success is to laugh often and much. It's to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children. It's to earn the appreciation of honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends. It's to appreciate the beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, whether by a happy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition. To know that even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. That is to have succeeded. Graduates, congratulations on your present success and future successes. Enjoy your day and take this opportunity to get proximate with the people you hold close. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Thank you, Iman, for your address and for your proximity to Simon Fraser University. The members of the graduating class will now be presented to the Chancellor to be admitted en masse to their degrees. Will the graduands please rise? Pretty good-looking group, don't you think? Madam Chancellor, I present to you those scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of this university and request that you confer upon them the degrees for which they are now recommended.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the Senate of this university, I do hereby admit you to your various and several degrees. The graduands may now be seated.
The members of the graduating class will now be presented individually to the Chancellor, but first a few requests. Would you please refrain from applauding the individual members of the graduating class until each group of degrees has been conferred? This does not apply to the conferral of doctoral degrees, and obviously we can't forbid spontaneous outbursts of enthusiasm, nor would we want to. As a courtesy to others, please remain seated until the conclusion of the ceremony. I'd ask the graduates to please return to your seats following receipt of your degrees, other than doctoral graduates who should please join your colleagues on the platform. The degrees in the Beedie School of Business and the Faculty of Science will now be conferred. Madam Chancellor, Dr. George Agnes, Associate Dean, Students, Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, will announce the names of the students earning graduate degrees.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honour of presenting the graduate of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the Beedie School of Business. The graduate will be hooded by their accompanying faculty supervisor. Dr. Ibru Ipek will be hooded by her supervisor, Dr. Mila Lazarova. Madam Chancellor, I have the honour of presenting the graduates of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the Faculty of Science. The graduates will be hooded by their accompanying faculty supervisor or the Dean of the Faculty of Science, Dr. Paul Kench. Dr. Michael Adamski. Dr. Heather Coatsworth will be hooded by her supervisor, Dr. Carl Lowenberger. Dr. Davide Donati will be hooded by his supervisor, Dr. Douglas Stead. Dr. Matthew Fitzpatrick. Dr. Chandra Lebovitz will be hooded by her supervisor, Dr. Sharon Gorski. Dr. Leslie Saunders. Dr. Anya Serginko. Dr. Shenlu Shi will be hooded by her supervisor, Dr. Boxing Tang. Dr. Sumalia Singha will be hooded by his supervisor, Dr. Jeffrey Warren. Dr. Sasan Grayley will be hooded by his supervisor, Dr. Gary Leach. Dr. Shijia Wong will be hooded by his supervisor, Dr. Liang Liang Wong. Dr. Alex Zuka. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the graduates of master's degrees in the Beedie School of Business. Dexter Ang. Matt Capper. Min Cheng. Sam Chen. Brandon Cheng. David Chow. Michael Church. Shannon Corley. Marco Cusano. Charlotte Dick Cleland. Anat Feldman. Gernate Gill. Joshua Gottfriedson. Dr. Azadeh Guzari. Harjap Grewal. Eddie Han. Stuart Heath. Jennifer Hybrecht. Paymon Konsari. Harry Lamb. Daniel Louie. Catherine Luman Gardner. Amir Zadeh. Ronnie Molja. Manuel Schillinger. Susanna Skrull. Charlene Smith. Glenn Stark. Gary Stasiak. Sarjinder Sol. Yasmin Tahar. David Drin. Venetia Veridicchio. Martina Lockwood. Adrian Wan. Eddie Wong. Darren Wong. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the students who have completed the requirements for graduate certificate in the Beedie School of Business. Elizabeta Kubalaska. Masa Kika. Ali Najati. Viri Perez Torres. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the students who have completed the requirements for graduate diplomas in the Beedie School of Business. Sean Booth. Anna Dalakian. Georgia Gerontis. Devin Iyer. Ariel Johnson. Grady Crowman. Asiya Malik. Mikael Manaligod. Anthony Nicola. Wani Rajarathanam. Muhammad Riaz. Nashil Soni. Christiana Wu. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the graduates of master's degrees in the Faculty of Science. Enki Chen. Ashley Collins. Drake Comber. Kevin Floyd. Lucas Grajaskis. Marvin Gunawan. Lauren Howell. Barun Kim. Jingdan Li. Mengyan Li. Wei Li. Li Ni. Garrett Pollock. Ho Yao Ruan. Sabi Sangha. Michelle Spencer. Matthew Sutherland. Alexandra Vella. Kristen Walters. Safar Yadagarzadeh. Ying Yu.
Madam Chancellor, the Dean of the Beedie School of Business, Dr. Ali Dasmalshan, will announce the names of the students earning undergraduate degrees in his faculty.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration in the Business School, Beedie School of Business. Sandra Eng. Wakar Ahmad. Ramanan Alvapilia. Amanda Kwan Yi Ao. Raymond Ao. Nanisha Aujla. Taylor Bands. Andrew Bao. Shuji Bao. Juan Barrero. Robin Camille Beleza. Afrid Bahidiani. Gary Barma. Nathan Bopart. Robert Borowski. Simerjit Boyal. Danish Singh Bar. Amarjot Burmi. Sinuan Chao. Charmaine Chan. Guansen Chan. Joseph Chan. Peter William Chan. Levin Chan. Congratulations. Lawrence Chow. Jesse Chen. Mile Chen. Shukui Chen. Yutong Chen. Jijian Chen. Justin Chenfen. Lawrence Chu. Daria Zhang. Johannes Daramaban. Cody Delir. Amandip Daliwal. Kian Dean. William Deng. Koshol Deo. Karavnir Daliwal. Milap Daliwal. Justin Duck. Russell Fay. Menguan Feng. Harasis Gill. Harman Gill. Yu Gong. Vindesh Gopi. Travis Hall. Chuangui Han. Jill Han. Jiawan Han. Shibi He. Ginny Chong. Frank Hu. Yuan Hu. Jiao Helen Huang. Randy Huin. Alexander Ivanov. Yanmankar Aiva. Fatima. Zachary Jang. Deep Huanjuo. Sophia Kokar. Farah Kianipur. Duhan Kim. Michelle Kim. Kai Ying Kong. Andrew Crump. Nikita Kolakov. Irene Kwok. Carmen Kwan. Noah Langans. Ray Laji. Edward Lau. Charlotte Lau. Garbo Lee. Stephen Lee. Tiana Lee. Sonho Leong. Jiaoi Lee. Jiting Liang. Alan Lin. Crystal Lin. Fanny Lin. Jijun Lin. Brian Liu. Eric Liu. Leonardo Lopez Acosta. Lucy Liu. Samit Malik. Yadvinder Hanan. Nikhil Maria. Kevin Martha Vijaya. Sarah McBain. Connor McLeod. Onatazi Mesiri. Christopher Morick. Jean-Paul Monroe. Ramandeep Multani. Hong Huang Nguyen. Jenny Nguyen. Julie Nguyen. Dang Nguyen. Alison Nicole. Michaela Nuval. Harman Pada. Jasmeet Palak. Kishan Parekh. Cyril Fang. Alexander Pinkowitz. Anastasia Portanigaya. Amit Prasad. Jiongfei Quinn. Trevor Kwon. Colleen Ratchjuk. Karnavir Rawan. Denvit Rana. Jake Randall. Justin Randawa. CJ Salen. Jaydeep Sandhu. Simran Sadhu. Okay. Karn Singra. Leon Sarban. Livani Slevantan. What? Anish Sharma. Brendan Shaw. Yili Chen. Harnoop Shergil. Gurpyar Sindhu. Jessica Su. Stephen Su. Kyle Song. Sharia Tandon. Claire Tang. Alyssa Tiotika. Winnie Tam. Adrian Nicholas Chu. Baldrick Tran. Lynn Tran. Joanna Trang. Laura Tranter. Levi Orsel. Vision Vere. Karmavir Virdi. Chingan Wang. Jingtian Wang. Mengji Wang. CB Wang. Gabriela Wardoyo. Chun Hei Wong. Colwyn Wong. Eugene Union Wong. Lap Hang Marcus Wong. Mei Wong. Nicholas Wu. Duncan Wu. Rachel Wu. Mian Wu. Hang Zhu. Mengfei Zhu. Amanda Yamamoto. Yajing Yang. Landon Yao. Liz Yuang. Yichao Ying. Rebecca Yu. Huyon Zhang. Peng Zhang. Yilan Zhang. Alan Zhang. Yiting Zhu. Yu Zhao. Rui Zhu. Karen Zhu.
Madam Chancellor, the Dean of the Faculty of Science, Dr. Paul Kench, will announce the names of the students earning undergraduate degrees in his faculty.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honour of presenting the graduands of the degree of Bachelor of Science in the Faculty of Science. Yaqeen Abdul Zara. Manpreet Atwal. Iman Barhamand. Munraj Bajwa. Rushab Balji. Razel Belmez. Melanie Bauer. John Camino. Maggie Chang. Kin Ching Lydia Chow. Randall Bergman. Darlin Royce Bosque Begonia. Sarah Campbell. Michelle Chan. Cyrus Chan. Jeremiah Chan. Shuohua Chen. Ian Chen. Yuzha Chung. Vinayak Chetri. Natalie Chow. Alex Chu. Abigail Shufa. Lindsay Corbould. Shazad Desai. Jashan Dinza. Onkar Dut. Andrea Di Lorenzo. Tea Dong. Dubinovich. Melissa, sorry. Michael Adema. John Forsyth. Hazy Fu. Nadia Ghani. Samandeep Gill. Chris Gersh. Brennan Hagen, Damien Hurft, Hong Ho, Kenny Huang, Marie-Rose Briskovich, Margaret Hurst, Liam Johnson, Parveen Aman Karim, Aram Kazemi, Tuba Khan, Megan Kwong, Vandana Kumra, Selina Kung, Heston Lan, Jennifer Labayo, Avani Lamba, Jessica Lando, John Lee, Vincent Leung, Kelsey Lim, Yaji Lin, Yifan Liu, Emba Keen Lin Lo, Juliana Panganaban Lozano, Ravneet Mahal, Gursimran Mahendru, Kate Milligan, Gareth Moon, Saki Nagai, Yukino Nakagawa, Andrew Nazareth, Wesley Ng, Roshan Noronha, Maxine Owers, Karan Parekh, Gilyong Pak, Hyojun Park. Your name? Matthew Penn. Gursaivik Power. Jaylene Pratt. Zaineen Ramji. Vishesh Raniga, Timothy Rattan, Alice Roberts, Sabrine Sangha, Ramandeep Sangera, Iqbal Sarai, Chelsea Marie Sisson, Sylvia Anna Sonea, Megan Soni, Nikola Soranovic, Hoi Son Tang, Kabilan Taramarutnam, Jenna Thompson, Brian Tran, Kevin True, Elson Trong, Michael Vandenbosch, Cruz Velasquez, Priscilla Wan, Laura Wilby, Maria Walensky, Helen Wu, Ruiqing Xu. Winnie Young. Rihan Yao. Ria Shiwei Yao. Ikra Yassin. Jifan Zheng. Tanya Xiaotong Zhang. Thank you. Tongji Zhao. Xuan Zhao. An Zhu. Martin Zhu.
Will the graduating class please rise? I congratulate each of you on the completion of your degree. This is an impressive achievement, and I ask your friends, family, and members of the platform to join me in applauding the amazing graduating class of Fall 2019. Now, let's not forget all those who helped you get here today. I invite the graduating class to reciprocate by applauding your family, friends, faculty, staff, indeed all those who helped you to achieve your success. Please be seated.
My friends, this completes the formal awarding of degrees. Some of the graduates recommended by Senate for degrees today have been unable to be present, and their names have therefore not been read out, but I now admit them to their appropriate degrees as shown in the program. I have a few thank yous to express. First of all, to all of you for making your way to the top of the mountain to join us on this celebratory morning. And to the many volunteers, staff, and faculty members coordinated by ceremonies and events and student services who've worked together to run a smooth Convocation Day. They're the ones that make sure the sun is shining and it's not too cold, so that's very important. And to the members of our 6-time world champion Simon Fraser University Pipe Band for their contributions to convocations, and we'll have an opportunity to hear from them again after the ceremony in Freedom Square behind the platform. Can you join me in thanking them all? So this ends the formal part of this morning's ceremony. You are all now invited to attend a reception in the James Douglas Room behind the platform. I ask that you please rise as you are able and remain at your places until the platform party has recessed. Thank you and good morning.
No, no.